Are you looking to either start a business or maybe you already have an existing business? Well, it's pretty obvious. You most likely know this, but taxes can either make or break a business. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how an LLC may save an individual, an entrepreneur, in taxes. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm the managing attorney here at Freedom Through Business, where we help entrepreneurs just like you start your businesses, grow your businesses, as well as stay compliant. The purpose of these videos are to provide you with as much clarity and guidance in the beginning stages of starting a business. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. These videos are for educational purposes only, so make sure you speak with a professional prior to doing anything. And so with that side note out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about how an LLC has the potential to save an individual entrepreneur in taxes. If you don't already know, an LLC offers various tax election options. What I mean by this is an LLC can be taxed as a single member, an LLC can be taxed as a multi-member, an LLC can be taxed as a C corporation, and an LLC can be taxed as an S corporation. Now allow me to go through each one, starting with the single member tax election. LLCs being taxed as a single member is very similar to operating a sole proprietorship. This means that when it comes to filing taxes, you would not have to file two separate tax returns. You would be able to file 4 taxes under the same filing, personal and business, which ultimately simplifies the entire tax filing process. There is less paperwork involved. And of course, the amount of tax that the LLC will have to pay really depends on the amount of profits and losses the LLC declares. Additionally, an LLC taxed as a single member is a pass-through entity, which means that instead of being taxed twice, the moment the company receives revenue and then the moment that income is paid to its employees, instead of being taxed 2 separate times, it's only taxed once, hence the pass-through entity. Now, the second tax option LLCs offer is going to be your LLC taxed as a multi-member. LLCs taxed as a multi-member means that there are multiple owners in the LLC. Typically, we see 2 or more owners in an LLC. Now, the nice thing about the LLC taxed as a multi-member is, one, it still experiences the benefit of being a pass-through entity. Additionally, an entrepreneur need only file 1 time. When it comes to an LLC tax as a multi-member, it's very specific to each individual owner. And what I mean by specific is it really depends on the profits and losses each individual owner claims. And so the amount of taxes one owner pays may be a little bit different than the amount of taxes another owner may pay. This brings me to the third tax election option LLCs offer, and that is going to be the LLC taxed as a C corporation. The LLC taxed as a C corporation really only applies to a specific type of entrepreneur. And what I mean by this is this entrepreneur is seeking out outside investors. They're looking for passive investors, they're looking for angel investors. In other words, they need some form of resources to get their business up and running. And so what they'll do is they will pitch their business idea to investors who may potentially contribute money into the business. This is where an LLC taxed as a C corporation comes into play. And the final tax election option that LLCs provide is going to be the LLC taxed as an S corporation. Now, the LLC taxed as an S corporation option is typically only available to you as citizens. Now, where we see an LLC being taxed as an S corp, where we see that sort of structure being beneficial is in the form when an individual is making an income or a revenue of $65,000 or more per year. The entrepreneur will be able to set a reasonable salary based on their overall business revenue and based on the reasonable salary that an individual elects. That is where the taxation is going to occur. If you happen to have any questions about anything that I talked about in today's video with respect to LLCs and the various different tax elections, make sure you click the link in the description box below to book your free call with a professional who can help you better understand the various types of LLC tax elections. If you happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to rise.